So hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So in this video, I'm going to be sharing my experience about how I shot the whole documentary alone with no physical help, Yeah, so it was a very challenging experience, but at the same time it was very rewarding too. At least got to learn a lot about the process that's involved, even though, but yeah. So first of all, the idea behind it. So first of all, the idea behind it. So it's like a documentary. It's an event. It was an event. Say once in a 2 years type event. So I can't say there's any any particular planning that I can do on my end to affect that event particularly. So it's for me to work my way into finding the right spots, right time. So yeah, the idea for me was to just capture it in maybe not all its glory, but at least to a huge extent that it's expressive enough that you can understand, see, and learn from it, enjoy the visuals too. Yeah. So that was my idea for it, just to at least embody it in a very concise and straight to the point, but also very exciting manner. So with that, I had to do some okay. So the preparation. So aside the whole traveling, of course, I had to do a lot of research, a whole lot of research. From the sound design to the kind of angles that I used, the interview also, to the type of interview, like the way the question should be asked, the kind of angle to use, what else? Yeah, even the music, everything. Then you can also, I had to ask a few questions to people that have been there already. And questions particularly about what about where the things go on, because the interview came after the video itself, so based on my shooting scheme, so it came after. So yeah, that was just how it happened. So I had to ask if I can know where to stand, where to capture the proper angles from. So that happened. And then in my idle time also, I drew a few scenes. This was just me sketching, by the way. I didn't even really plan any of the shots according to what I was drawing. They just happened to look at exactly what I was drawing. So I was just chilling one day on the village bench and chair. Wake up, I'll just draw some few things, then write, write about how I would want it to look. Also, I was journaling a lot within the time, because I don't know, it was kind of scary also thinking of the idea and executing it because of the situation that it was in. So plus the fact that, once again, there wasn't really any extra help, So and the fact that there was so much discouragement also, from the planning to the commencement of the event to when I almost didn't even have what to wear. That's a whole different story on its own, by the way. So yeah. So being solo, main thing is I'm not yet a big. I don't really have all those huge cinema cameras. This is what I use, the Sony a6300, so mirrorless camera. Sony a6300 mirrorless camera. It's a small, compact mirrorless camera. It's very easy to carry around. And this is all my equipment. I literally used 3 things, but the main event thing, I used just the camera. It's just that remembrance that no matter the amount of things you have, just make sure to know that you can work with whatever you have at the time. Just try and, do whatever you can with what you have. You don't have to always have the best camera. You don't have to have a team of 500 or like 50 people wearing tagged t-shirts. Like, no. If what you have is your camera and your ring lights, go for it. I have a video light, but that was for the interview, and the microphone that I use for this video as well. But yeah, so just the camera is a very small, but it's it's a very small camera, but it does a lot. It's very small, but it can do a lot. Yeah, that's very suspicious. But yeah, so like I just had to, and I worked with just one lens, 50mm Sony lens, 1.8. So I did this because, I couldn't be entertained in lenses. I have two lenses. I have this one and a wide angle, 16mm, but I had to use just one. At least if I was to make a choice, that was the best option, because I could not be leaving or changing lenses. I couldn't even carry a bag if I wanted to, like with my lenses inside. So I just had to choose what I wanted to use, even the settings I wanted to use. I think I used the exact same camera settings from the beginning to the end. Same 1.8, shutter speed, everything was the same throughout for the whole duration of the event. So yeah, this was to maintain a bit of consistency and also not to get distracted. So that I don't it's also not to get distracted by what is happening and then having to now try and retract my settings again. No. Also, so challenges for me, most of the challenges I faced were really just mental. It's the fact that it's a huge event. Like there's a lot of people watching, lots of people from different parts of the country they're from here, but they're coming here to watch. So different parts of the village rather coming to watch, some coming from the city, some coming from their houses, and it's just that fear. I don't know, for that, like I said, it's mental. It's not like there's any actual fear involved. It's mostly up here, So I tried to. I was also shout out to everybody that, even though I didn't have any physical help or editing help with this thing, but I did have a few. What's it called? Mental help? No, but the talks, the motivation, the emotional support that I got exactly. So from my family members to literally very random strangers that see what I was doing, I'm like, and then there's this random man, he's not random per se, but I didn't know him at the time. So he came to talk to me, I was like, that you can see what I'm doing and it's nice. So, but I shouldn't be afraid. I don't know, I think it was visible at some point that, because I honestly, I was so far beyond my comfort zone. So I was dressed weird. No, I wasn't dressed weird, but I wasn't wearing something that I would normally wear outside. I don't really like showing my skin. So yeah, that happened, and he was just like that. I should free up, I should move around. Just talk to me about basically thinking about not being in the comfort zone, As hard as it is, as easy as it is to say, it was hard. But then eventually I deeped it down. There's really nothing to be afraid of. Everybody's here for one reason. If I miss anything now, I've missed it till next 2 years, right? So I just swallowed the stress of thinking and just doing. Just do it. Just do it. Just go ahead, just do it. So yeah, plus I think the time frame was also a challenge for me because it was very long. The second day started at 10 a.m. ended roughly at 8 p.m. So camera, battery, I have just 2 batteries. So I cannot be, and electricity is 0. So I cannot be removing, charging, So I had to depend on my equipment's capacity to the max. And also, what else? The crowd. Yeah, that's pretty much all the challenges I had. Mostly mental, not very physical. But yeah, the rewards, So, but all in all, I really enjoyed the process. When I came back home, that was the first idea that dropped in my mind that, if I could travel and I could do this, that would like not even. I wasn't even thinking about the traction, not even thinking about the exposure, but just thinking about like the fact that it's such a beautiful thing that would be nice to be caught on camera. Even because I have actually never seen any video of it anywhere, minus people's phones, of course. But then I checked, and then yeah, everything I've seen there are pretty much backdated. So I'm like, oh, maybe I should just do this. So yeah, from the idea to the execution and to the finish, it just felt good to know that, okay, you can think about something, an idea, and actually execute it if you put your mind to it, Yeah. And I watched so many tutorials for this. I watched so many tutorials, like a lot of tutorials about documentary filming and documentary editing styles, and like what to show, what not to show, what's important, what's not important. So yeah, very experience. But either way, I hope. But let me know if you've ever tried solo filmmaking and how it's been for you. If you are a solo filmmaker and how it's going for you. I think I'll probably do more projects until I can start racking up a team one day. And maybe, with time, hopefully. I hope you can see this too if you want to collab on a few things. And yeah, either way, it's been me once again. Thank you. If you haven't watched the video, once again, it's in the description below. So yeah, these are here. Documentary is the name in case. So yeah, thank you very much, and